and podcaster Tom Segura is hitting the road. Catch him when he brings his Come Together tour to the XL Energy Center on Friday, April 18th. Don't miss out on this hilarious night of comedy. Tickets are on sale now. Get the full details at KFAN.com. Keyword calendar.
This is the second half of Program Password here on the Fan. I'm the Common Man, Dan Cole, along with 10 and B, Lil B, feminine touch of the program, JG, Meat Sauce. What's it, 41-7,
Common and Lil B with the biggest lead of the game. Did I say 7?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, 41-27.
I'm like...
Yeah, that's the score people expect is 41-7 if I'm involved. But
Yeah, that's what I would have thought.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, that's why I didn't correct him. So I thought that was right.
I would have been fine with it. We can get to the finish line.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah. A lot of Program Password yet to be played.
It's early.
A lot of Program Password.
We've got the usual second half layup coming up here. The first quarter.
That's exactly
Let's
right.
see what
Let's
happens.
hope. I could use a
You
layup
guys
to
will
drive.
get 10 here
to drive
right
the
away.
sagging ratings.
It'll be 41-37 here in moments.
That'd be great.
Watch.
I'd take a layup. Meat, sauce. I'd probably screw that up.
Blood.
Type.
Rare.
We ready to play?
I think so.
Let's play.
As always, you can watch the second half of Program Password at KFAN.com/watch. Common and Lil B with 41. JG and Meat Sauce with 27. We're playing to 80. Gerdsey and Lil B, take a look at the iPad. The password is huge. JG, you're down 14.
It's a...
The option is yours. You want to go first or second?
First.
All right, Gerdsey and Meat Sauce for 10.
Massive.
Hit. I don't know.
Lil B and Common for 9.
Enormous.
Huge.
Oh.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
That's the thing. That's immediately what I thought.
Yeah, me too.
How do I Trumpify this?
Yeah.
Should have said massive in a Trump voice if you could have.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got that.
A lot of people are saying.
It's over.
That was a tough one to not get.
50-27. Common and Lil B, you're 30 points away from winning. Common and Sauce, iPad. The password is wall.
So us and JG, you'll have the option for a while now.
Yeah, we tend to use the same lines over and over again on this show.
Sauce and JG.
Sauce,
Have the
you're
option.
down
I already know
23.
the
You're going to
clues
have the
gonna
option
get.
for a while here, Sauce.
We'll go first.
Yep.
All right, Sauce and JG for 10.
Berlin Wall.
I think we're going to go with Everson. You would have got that, right?
Emerson?
Everson.
Everson?
Everson Walls?
Wasn't it Emerson Walls?
No, Everson.
What?
The 1991
I know
New York
Everson
Giant?
Griffin.
No, it was Everson.
No, Berlin, but I was trying to think of
What's happening?
I think Berlin's a little better than Everson.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Emerson
Emerson.
Griffin, I would have said.
Emerson Walls.
Yeah. Who?
I thought Emerson was a part of that band.
Oh, now he's looking it up.
I have to.
Oh, for God's sake.
I'm confused. You might be right.
Yeah, we need all the help we can get.
We get the intermission.
Yeah, it's Everson.
Emerson? All right. I'm the idiot.
Everson Wall. What is that?
He played for the Dallas Cowboys. Great player.
Oh, yeah, the Cowboys.
Really good player. A lot of people like them.
It's 50-37. Common and Lil B at that 13-point lead. JG and Lil B, iPad, please. The password is credit. JG, you can get this into a one-possession game here. You're down 13. The option is yours. You want to go first or second?
First.
All right. To get within a 3-point deficit, JG and Sauce for 10.
Debt.
Collector.
Lil B and Common for 9.
Score.
Oh. I knew that wasn't right, but I had to say something. I was.
JG and Meat Sauce for 8.
Card.
Credit. So I got it off your phone.
He wasn't listening.
I was like, how did he? I thought you were going to get it. Yeah. Thank you for not getting it, though.
Did you say O?
Yeah, like OWE.
OWE, yeah.
If we were a football team, I'd get cut.
I've been cut from football.
Abundantly clear.
Yeah.
Just cut.
You would get the off the sideline, and then
Yeah.
you just never go back
Not
in.
traded.
No,
Cut.
you just
cut.
At
That
the end
being
of the
said,
game, your locker nameplate would be
Yeah.
gone.
That being said, your team's still leading. You're up
Yeah,
by 5.
we're
It's
still
50 to 45. You can win this game. Common and Sauce. Take a look at the iPad. The password is cheap. Sauce, you're down 5. You can take the lead here. You have the option. You want to go first or second?
We just need a common isolation cam.
We'll go
5 seconds.
We'll go second.
All right, Common and Lil B for 10.
Inexpensive.
Cheap.
Yeah, all right.
I just thought that's why I took my glasses. But he's going to go inexpensive. You're going to get it. It's over.
I didn't even think of that.
Because that's not how you shop.
No, I didn't think of that.
Down here.
I didn't think of that.
You're
Sorry.
a Lululemon guy.
I am. I didn't think
Though
of that.
you will buy athletic socks at Target.
Yes, correct. Where can we hear about that?
Oh my God.
What's the
No
name of the place
more.
again?
No.
Mudhouse. That's my
Chart House,
Cartoon.
Mud House,
That's my-
Rockwoods,
That's my
River Oaks, and Forgotten Star all coming up.
Common and Lil B, you're at 60, so you're 20 points away from winning. JG and Sauce, you are at 45. Gerdsey and Lil B, take a look at the iPad. The password is office. JG, you're down 15. You have the option. What do you want to do here, first or second?
First.
All right, to get within 5, JG and Sauce for 10.
Workplace.
office. Nice clue, Guardsy. He hesitated. I'm like, oh boy. Here we go again. You doubted us. You doubted us.
I did doubt you.
It's a 5-point game, 60 to
Way to
55.
stay in it mentally, Sauce. Way to not give in.
Common and Lil B with a 5-point lead. Common and Sauce. Take a look at the iPad. The password is blast. Sauce, once again, another chance to take the lead. You're down 5, so you have the option. What do you want to do?
We will go second.
All right, Common and Lil B for 10.
Rocket.
Ship.
Sauce and Gerdsey for 9.
Arctic.
Blast.
I couldn't think of it, Common. I was trying to. I just said a word. I couldn't think of it.
I know. It wasn't easy.
No, that was a good clue.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of the word.
Gerdsey and Meat Sauce have the lead. It's 64 to 60. They are 16 points away from winning. Gerdsey and Lil B. Take a look at the
Could you
iPad.
get an unconditional 7th for me? Or would just cut?
I mean, I think you'd be cut.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody'd give us a pick for you.
The password is weave.
I mean, yeah, maybe. Yeah, we could find somewhere for you.
Lil B, do you see it over there? Mm-hmm. All right, you're down 4. So you now have the option. You want to go first or second? Five seconds.
Second.
All right, JG and Meat Sauce for 10.
Hair.
Bald.
Lil B and Common for 9.
Braid.
Ponytail? Why would I say that?
JG
I
and
don't
Meat
know.
Sauce for 8.
Toupee.
Wig.
Lil B and Common for 7.
Basket.
Weave.
Oh.
Because I was thinking wig before, but then when she said this, it couldn't be wig.
That's a hard word.
Yeah. That
was a
good.
hard word.
That was
Tenna,
good.
you got some doozies in here today.
Yeah, that was good.
I think you guys are being pretty
semifinals?
successful. Yeah, you guys are doing pretty good. 67 for Common and Lil B, 64 for
Hey, look who's on
JG
TV.
and Meat Sauce.
BHIs.
Okay.
Common and Meat Sauce, take a look at the iPad. The password is chance.
Very serious over here.
Sauce, the option's back on you because you're down 3 points. What do you want to do here, first or second?
We'll go second.
All right, Common and Lil B for 10.
Community.
Group.
Meat Sauce and JG for 9.
Monopoly.
Chest.
Common and Lil B for 8.
Card.
Rent.
Sauce and JG for 7.
Rapper.
Common and Lil B for 6.
Last.
Chance.
Yeah.
Yep. Good one. Good one.
Yeah.
Way to build off that.
Wow. Wait, why community?
Well, I didn't want to give it away. Community chess
got it,
card
got it,
and
got it.
Monopoly and chance card
Okay.
and Monopoly. I didn't want to because I didn't even know what to say, so I just thought I'd try to set it up.
Rapper was good.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was really good because I was thinking the same thing. I couldn't think of that. I know there was some musician and it was a rapper. What?
Here's where we're at. Common and Lil B, you have 73, so 7 points or more, and you win. JG and Meat Sauce are at 64. Gerdsey and Lil B, take a look at the iPad. The password is grip. All right, Gerdsey, you're down 9 points. The option is yours. You want to go first or second?
Second.
All right, Lil B in Common for 10 and the win. Five seconds.
Tight.
Tense.
JG and Sauce for 9.
Firm.
Grip.
Yep.
Nice.
The way you said it.
I was thinking about Toe Grip, one of Marty Wexler III's favorite,
Great bit.
but it's hard to get there.
Yeah.
Here's where we're at. We have a tie score.
Robin.
The game is tied.
Oh.
It's 73 to 73.
Who's got the possession?
The possession arrow is going to go back to Common and Lil B here.
Is that right?
If either team gets 7 or more, you are victorious. Common and Meat Sauce, take a look at the iPad. The password is market. Common, it's on you. You have the option. Would you like to go first or second?
I'm going to go second. Oh,
All right.
no, the way he's looking at me.
Makes us all feel nervous.
Meat Sauce and JG for 10 and the win.
Stock.
Market.
They win.
Yeah, that was too obvious.
But
I was going to say farmers. Would you have said market? you
Yes.
Farmers would have been good. What a ball game.
I beat you guys. I didn't think I could do that. Guardsy's the best. That was fun.
Many people are saying this.
That was, man, yeah.
It was a good game.
Yeah, that was fun. I couldn't believe you passed.
Yeah, don't do that again.
Did he actually pass?
I couldn't.
Where did he go?
It's just stock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Right. I'm like, buy, sell? No, it's got to be
fine.
market.
What happened to your hair?
Are you going to the game tonight?
Put that headband back. My God.
Do I get to at least clean up my locker? Say goodbye to people?
I mean,
That'll be sent to you.
I think we
Yeah,
can
we
get
got
a
somebody to do
conditional
that for
7th
you.
round pick from the Tom Bernard podcast. He might take you.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. That was a good game.
That was fun.
We played good.
No, I know, but I just...
We play well together.
I like this banger.
Yeah.
This is a good song.
That's a great song.
Why did I think that
That's a great song.
farmers just wouldn't do it right away? But I should have taken it and said farmers and let you.
On
You
program,
don't
pass,
get it, you
on
don't
program
get it.
password fan line, callers are going to be asking that
I
same
should have
question.
just
Yes.
went with it.
Plenty of talkbacks on that.
But it was great. We're happy. I'm a little disappointed.
It's okay. Don't beat yourself
nice
up.
of you to say.
I'm sorry I'm so exhausting.
No, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, you are.
Thanks, guys, for chipping in. We do appreciate it. We always appreciate your contribution. What's the name of the place again?
A chart house this Wednesday. Website?
Yeah, charthouselive.com. Or just
Nothing like Wednesday night comedy.
Yeah, nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
They like it in Lakeville because they want to be at the show at 7, over at 8:30, in bed at 9. That's what they do. They do.
Yeah, work the next day.
You're right. Thanks, Lil B.
Thanks, guys.
Take a short break. Come back with more. 10B got a keyword for us?
Yeah, the fan and 2 men in a junk truck want to give a shot at $1 grand in your hand with their national cash contest. Just enter the keyword credit at KFAN.com now for a shot at winning. The keyword is credit. Enter now at KFAN.com. Get ready to laugh until you cry. Nick Swardson, the hilarious star of Reno 911 and Grandma's Boy, is bringing his side-splitting stand-up to the State Theater on January 10th. Don't miss your chance to hear his outrageous stories and unforgettable jokes live. Tickets are on sale now. Get the full details at KFAN.com. Keyword calendar.
I'll tell you what, we got giveaways. Well, I just gave away that game. What I did. You know what makes it, usually I don't take it this hard because I've had this discussion with one member of the coroner's office. I tell them, when I play program, I mean, I would like to win, but I really don't care if I win. I just hope it's entertaining for the audience. Because Tennessee, what is the number one rule in radio?
If you're having fun, then the audience is having fun.
That is correct. And so if we're having fun in here, we're laughing, we're crying, best of times, worst of times, we're Doug growing it. I think the audience really enjoys it. Well, you saw when it was Marnie and Max together.
Oh, yeah. People loved it.
It was so much fun.
They had fun.
In this one, we had a wonderful time. But I just feel like you laid the numbers out. Did you say I'd lost 7 of 8 headed into this one?
Yeah, now 8 of 9.
So 7 of 8. I get that. You don't have to bring that up. I get that. If it was 7 of 8, it's now 8 of 9. I get that. It was 7 of 8 heading into this. I was under 500. And I felt I played about as well as I have in a long time. I would, if I was going to equate it to anything, I feel like Favre in 2009 NFC Championship game. He played brilliantly until late in the game when he decided to try to throw it across his body and be a hero. And basically, I threw the word market to Meat Sauce. Just gave it to him. Here you go. It's like throwing it across your body. I really felt like that was the only major mistake I made. I mean, there was a clue or two that you go, I probably should have gotten it there. I thought I gave it a lot of good clues. And so that just felt, that's just bad. That's just like, or it'd be like you're leading the Indianapolis 500, you get into the last turn and you hit the wall. You know, it's like, well, how did that happen? Or, you know, you miss an empty net in hockey, or you know what? It fit. You know,
it's
layup.
like unforced error.
Yeah, layup, and you miss a layup, and the other team wins. It leaves a. I
thought both teams played well, though.
It leaves a bitter taste in my mouth. I get that. Yeah, you know what? That and
we call it a moral victory. You didn't win, but I thought you played better.
Yeah, that and
you're heading in the right direction now.
That and 25 cents will get you a cup of coffee at Starbucks. That and $2.50 will get you that and about $4.50 will get you a cup of coffee at Starbucks. But it is what it is. We do have a couple of giveaways, and we're not going to do them right now. So I see a couple of people call when I said we got giveaways today. We have 2 really nice giveaways, though. Tommy's faced the Minnesota Golden Gophers in hockey at the X a week from tomorrow, 26th. Tickets are now available at the at xlenergycenter.com if you'd like to buy some. But stick around, you're going to have a chance to win here. And then also one other giveaway, and again, it's Showdown, NFC North. Has the roar been restored, or has the horn been reborn? It will be Vikings, Lions. You'll hear that game on this radio station. Coverage begins at 10 o'clock. Be here for the kaboom at 12 noon.
Did you want the Vikings injury report, by the way?
Yes.
It's now out.
As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah, so 2 players are out for the Vikings. That would be Blake Cashman and a Caleb Evans. TJ Hawkinson, Pat Jones, Aaron Jones, Harrison Phillips, Dalton Reisner, all listed as questionable. Obviously, both Reisner and Hawkinson are within that 21-day practice window as they are practice designated return from injured reserve. So they're currently in that window. But been asking about Aaron Jones. He's listed as questionable, as is TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah. I generally don't pay that close attention to the injury report, mainly because, to me, Tenneby, I've always lived by this motto, this mantra, next man up, right? So it's like, okay, you're out. But does it seem like questionable, almost everybody's on there? Because questionable, he might play, might not. I mean, you're not committing to anything. You're not tipping your hand, really. You're listing it because you have to list if a person...
The reason they're all listed questionable now, this changed like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago. There used to be probable, questionable, doubtful, out. And the NFL made a rule that they eliminated doubtful and probable. So if you're not officially out, they just label you as questionable. So that there's a wide range of, well, it could be probable, and we know this player's playing, or this player might not be likely to play, and they're all listed as questionable.
Yeah. So,
I miss the old days when probable and doubtful were on there.
So let me ask you, TJ Hawkinson, do you think he plays Sunday?
I mean, if I hadn't seen Ben Gessling's reporting on it, the Gessling tweeted, hey, he's listed as questionable, but I don't think he's going to go. To me, I don't think you say that unless you have some inside information of some sort. So if I hadn't seen that, I would have been like, oh, he's going to play. He's within his 21 minutes.
Okay.
All reports are that everything he needs to be doing, he's doing well. But maybe they're still going to hold him out here for, it's possible they don't want him to play and then have to play 4 days later for the Thursday night. So maybe they're holding him out for the Thursday night game. I'm going to say he's not going to play.
Do you think Aaron Jones plays?
I think Jones is going to play.
See, I say no. I'm sticking with, and I'm rarely wrong. I just think picking up Akers is too much of that to me, that's tipping your hand. I'll say it again. I've said it a couple of times since the trade was announced. Just because they picked now to trade from him, we know they like him. They had him last year. He's worked with KOC here and in Los Angeles back when he was when they were both with the Rams. But I just don't think if he's ready to go, I don't think you necessarily need to make that move. That could be wrong, but I think unless they figure that it all comes back to, I think you agree with this, Miata. If you think you can play at pretty close to 100% and aren't going to aggravate an injury this early in the season, it's an important game. I get it, get back. Season's on the line, that whole thing. I just think you say, you know what, we can get by. We got Akers, and we've got, who was our other guy?
Ty
Chandler. We can get by with that. Akers is a competent pro. We'll be fine. It's not like having Aaron. We get that, but we'll just have to do a little bit more with the passing game is what we'll have to do. Maybe even give C.J. Ham a couple of extra carries, but we'll see if he plays or not. We'll find out. 12 noon here on the Fan on Sunday.
I mean, he has been on the practice field multiple times this week, so.
That's subterfuge, though, too, Tenneby. I also look like I was doing pretty good at program password for a while now. I'm not even going to be able to get a 7th-round conditional draft pick for me. We'll take a pause and come back. One more segment to go. Let's do one of the giveaways now, Tenneby. Let's give away the tickets to the hockey game.
Okay.
These are for no choice today. Hockey tickets. UST Tommies take on the Golden Gophers October 26th. Tickets available now at the XLEnergyCenter.com website. But if you want a pair of tickets, be the 11th caller at 1-800-320-5326, and you'll be a winner from all of us here at The Fan. Metallica and Vomiting Rats at the X. We vibed out, or do you got one for us?
We've read all the vibes today.
So we're vibed out.
We're done, so.
We just gave away a pair of tickets, hockey game, Big Tilt, Tommies versus Gophers, a week from tomorrow, let's give away our other pair of tickets. They're Viking tickets. They're biggies. It's for this Sunday's game. Has the roar been restored or has the horn been reborn? Pair of tickets to see the Vikings host the Detroit Lions. Be the 11th caller at 1-800-320-5326. 1-800-320-5326. 11th caller will win a pair of tickets. You'll be there at the bank to watch the Vikings take on the Lions. As I'd mentioned just prior to that, before the break, we gave away tickets for an event next Saturday night, which is hockey, Tommies versus Gophers. I will not be in attendance. Also taking place that night. I'm really excited to be invited to be the ring announcer for Fight Night 2024 at the Fillmore, Minneapolis, which is benefiting the Northside Boxing Club. Boxing plus Chef Cuisine plus Hope. A special appearance by boxing legend Sugar Ray Leonard will be at the Northside Boxing Club. They're a registered 501c3 nonprofit gym located on 33rd and James Avenue in Minneapolis. They have a mission statement to affect positive change in North Minneapolis youth through boxing, nutrition, and physical fitness. Their vision is a community of hopeful and empowered youth who achieve self-discipline, confidence, compassion, and respect. They offer free programming for youth ages 9 to 18, 6 days a week, 50 weeks a year. They believe they are fostering a culture and a family of Northside that will elevate the next generation of champions, both in the ring and in the community. Phil the Drill Williams works closely with the Northside Boxing Club. As a matter of fact, I think he helped start it, so he will be there. The coaches and staff build trusting relationships with youth by providing programs, positive role models, in a safe place that nurtures their social, emotional, and academic help. So it's pretty cool, Northside Boxing Club in Minneapolis. So there'll be 5 bouts on the card altogether, and then Ray Leonard will meet and mingle with people at ringside, and then before the final fight, this could be really cool. I'm looking forward to this. Sugar Ray will join me inside the confines of the 4 ring posts inside the squared circle, as it were. And we'll do a little bit of a Q&A to talk about where he's been, where he's going, where he's at. He usually does, he does speaking engagements. And because this isn't really a speaking thing, we're just going to do it more of a question and answer kind of a thing, where I will prompt him to talk about a lot of the things he does talk about when he does speaking engagements. But I don't know. I mean, we got a lot of youngsters in our audience. When I say youngsters, I'm talking about people in their 20s and 30s that they probably know the name Sugar Ray Leonard, but they're really not familiar with everything he did. But I mean, he was a 1976 gold medalist from Palmer Park, Maryland. And he was, he had it all, man. He had good looks, was charming, witty, and a hell of a fighter. I mean, he fought them all too. He fought, he won his first welterweight championship when he beat Thomas Hearns. They had a 3-fight rivalry, but he beat Hearns. I'll never forget when he beat Hearns the first time. I was in Great Falls, Montana, working at KQDI radio, and I didn't have the money to watch it closed circuit at, I don't remember what bar it was. They were showing the fight though in Great Falls, and so I watched the results. I think you know what a teletype machine is, a news teletype machine. They don't have them anymore, but it used to be back in the olden days before computers and stuff, before you had, where you have a computer now where your news comes in, or your handheld computer, which doubles as a communication device, or streaming, or digital, or Twitter, wherever you get your news now. You had a radio station, you had a little closet, and you had a machine that was like a typewriter. It was a teletype. And it would just print news from the Associated Press or United Press International. Those were the 2 news gathering organizations. And the machine would just go, it actually was a typewriter typing onto a spool of paper. So I followed that. The fight was when this was cool. They would have a guy ringside with the Associated Press, and after the round was over, he would type out like a 2 or 3 line recap. Leonard scored early with a flurry of punches, but then Hearns backed him into the corner and scored with a left and a right. And then AP guy would score the round how he saw it. Hearns 10-9, and that's how I found out how they won. And Leonard stopped Hearns in the 14th round. He fought him again. He fought him 2 more times. He also fought Roberto Duran. You've heard of the No Mas fight, right?
Yeah.
Where Duran quit in the ring. That was after their first fight, the brawl in Montreal, when Duran handed Leonard his first ever loss. And then they had the rematch, and that's when Duran quit in the ring because he thought Leonard was doing too much clowning around. And then he had the legendary fight with Marvelous Marvin Hagler, in which he won the middleweight championship of the world. But Sugar Ray will be at the Northside Boxing Club. So will I. There'll be 5 fights. And tickets are available if you'd like to go. And again, it is a fundraiser benefiting the Northside Boxing Club. Go to nsb2024.com. That's nsb2024.com and get your tickets. I'm pretty excited to be ring announcer for this real special event where Sugar Ray Leonard will be as well. So, Tennessee, I didn't watch any of last night's football game, Saints versus Broncos.
Yeah.
Broncos destroyed the Saints.
Yeah.
33-10. How was Sean Payton? Any stories about him?
It was against his own. I didn't watch any of the game last night, other than I've seen a highlight or two.
Yeah.
I know that New Orleans their offense is just completely decimated with injuries right now. They of their 11 starters in week 1, 7 of them are out of the lineup last night, including, I think they're on their third quarterback last night. They tried Spencer Rattler, the rookie, and it didn't sound like it went very well for him. With their top 2 wide receivers, Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed, both out. Taysom the Trick, as PA likes to call him. They got a couple offensive linemen that are out. So
he's Hall of Fame material. Got you.
So they were just decimated with injury. So
But did Sean Payton cock off afterwards?
I did not see any of that, and I did not watch the game.
Because I would just see that would be him. But what I found interesting is this, and sports. Your whole life just sports is filled with all sorts of statistics. As a matter of fact, we went over a couple of them. Was it yesterday or the day before? And I was wondering out loud who follows this stuff. Oh, it was about the goaltenders, scoring goals. It's a goaltender scored goals 18 times, 15 different guys. How many times they did it, shorthand, whatever. They even had it, and he's the second Swede to ever do it. I was like, who comes up with this stuff? Well, here's another one. Story says 2 weeks into the NFL season, the Saints look like one of the best teams in the league. Not only were they 2-0, but they had won both of their games by more than 20 points. 5 weeks later, their season has turned into an unmitigated disaster. The Saints' latest setback last night, 33-10. With the 23-point defeat, the Saints matched a futility record that had only been pulled off by one other NFL team in history. The Saints are now just the second team to open the season with 2 wins by 20 points or more, only to immediately follow up their 2-0 start with a 5-game losing streak. You got to go back to the 1965 Dallas Cowboys to find a team that did the identical thing. In 65, Dallas beat the Giants 31-2. They beat Washington 27-7, and then they lost 5 games in a row. For some reason, they don't want to give the scores for those games. So, so that's, I mean, there's nothing, we've had it happen here before. It doesn't seem often, though. Overall, isn't there a statistic, too, that overall regular season, the Minnesota Vikings have one of the better records of all NFL franchises? Regular season records.
Yes. Yep.
Because we've had the 3-13 season, right? Didn't we have one under, wasn't McNabb our quarterback when we went 3-13 or 5 and?
Yeah, they were bad with him.
Yeah, there were a couple of years. If you're an NFL fan, there's nothing worse than having you, and I've experienced it with the Lions, where your team is out of it already by week 5 or 6. Like right now, the Saints are basically donezo with the injuries that you just. The
Vikings are 8th all-time in winning percentage.
Because when you look at the Saints right now, if you're a Saints fan, well, you got zero hope, right? You talked about all the injuries for one, and then you're 2-5. Now, again, it's a terrible division they're in, but you're already looking at it and going, well, that's it. Now what do I do?
They're looking at the draft next year and which quarterback they could take. How would Shedeur Sanders look here?
Yeah. And there's nothing worse as a football fan than having your team completely out of it. The snow hasn't even fallen yet. That's why, right, like here, that's why, I think I said this too, and I don't know if you agree with this or not, being a Vikings fan and being a master control supervisor. I like when the division is like it is like now. I like 5-0, 4-1, and 2 4-2s. I like when everybody's good. It makes it more intriguing. Now, get back to me if somehow the Bears win the division because they have, they end up with a record of, 15-2, and I'm bitter. But I like it. It makes those games much more interesting. Makes them so much more important. I mean, imagine right now if the kiddies were sitting at like they used to be. They're 1-4 and it's 5-0 Vikings. If you got an offer to go play golf, I'm playing, right? But now it's like I want to see this game. Deuce and I are going down to it. So I like when the division's competitive like this. I think it's when
you have 4 good teams and at least one of them's not going to make the playoffs. It's very, very unlikely. It's never been done. Typically 3 don't come out of the division. They're going to start playing each other at some point and beating up on each other.
Yeah.
I know the Vikings played the Packers, but for the most part, these teams haven't been going at it.
Someone just sent me a text that says, will you take a selfie with Sugar Ray Leonard and post it on Twitter and Insta so everybody knows? I'm not Mark Rosen. And if I were to do that, how I would want it done is I would set it up. I'd be fraudulent. I would have somebody take more of an action photo.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, do you know what I like? When a photographer at a wedding, I know you have to have some posed pictures, right? You got to have husband and wife, and then husband and wife with the bride's parents, the groom's parents, the grandparents, the slicing the cake together and all that. I like the more...
Laughing after hearing one of your jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Well, that'd be a rare photograph. You wouldn't see that, like a rare blood type. You wouldn't see that very often. But what's the word I'm looking for? The what would those photographs be called?
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, they're just they're action photos, right? They're not
staged.
Yeah, they're not staged. I like those. So for me.
Next time Kara comes in here, we'll have her take some action photos of the two of us.
I would like that. Action photos.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because there's a lot of action in a radio show. There's a lot going on. But, I'm hoping someone will take a picture of Sugar Ray and I in the ring. We'll both be sitting on stools, and I'll be doing that Larry Merchant, kind of deep probing interview to really see what makes Sugar Ray tick. And if somebody takes that photograph, I would certainly tweet that out to say, hey, look at this, but I'm not going to do it with my arm around Sugar Ray and make a big grand.
For example, at the 3M Open, you and Brooks Koepka were on the same putting green together, and there was there's an action shot of you putting next to Brooks Koepka. It wasn't the two of you, arms around the shoulders with the fake smile, probably trying to suck in your gut.
Yes.
Or for the ladies like to have like a certain stance so it makes them look as good as possible for the Instagram, right?
Yeah.
It was just a real, an actual picture, an actual moment, not staged.
Spontaneous. That's what I'm looking for. Just spontaneous photographs. Those are the very, very best, I think. Now, they can also catch you in very awkward, look on your face or what, you just kind of catches you when you're like, you look like you know what I'm saying? There's a stupid look on your face, which I've mastered. But, I might do that and throw that out there. The Koepka ones are the best part was because I wanted to make sure on one of them, he was reaching down to pick up a ball out of the hole, so I had putted a ball close to it. So we're both reaching down at the exact same time. And then I tweeted out once, the number one ranked player in the world and the 2,496,832nd best player in the world. And maybe I was even giving myself too much credit, being in the 2 million mark. But that's what you had.
Where do you think you're ranked in the world?
Well,
you think there's 2 million golfers better than you?
Do you believe that stat? They always say that Could you Google it right now? IHOP for
I think
AI?
we're trying, like, statistically,
Yeah.
like, I'm in the top 10% of
Yes.
golfers in the world.
Well, you've had an experience that's not unlike a PGA Tour player. You shot a 74. Do the old, what percentage of people that golf can break 90? And the number, apparently, most people can't break 80. If I don't break
26% of golfers can break 90.
26%. So 1 out of every 4, basically. How many can break 80? I wonder if they have a number for that one.
Roughly 4%.
So I'm in the top 4%.
Apparently, I'm in the top 40%.
We're in the top 4% of golfers. Think about it, Tenney. You're in the top. You know what? Maybe you could be like Tony Romo and try to get an exemption and try for your tour card. Because Tony's in the top 4%.
And then how many times have you broken even par? That's probably even
I've shot even par or better roughly 25 to 30 times. I may have done it so often I can't even keep track anymore. It's got to be less than 1% of people. It's hard.
Well, it does look now like the breaking 80 was consistently breaking 80.
Yes.
4% of golfers consistently break 80. So I would not be in that category anymore. But because I remember hearing like my handicap would put me in like the top 10%.
Yeah. Yeah, when we say regularly break 80, I guess, but that doesn't mean you have to break it every time, right? If generally speaking, if I play, and I don't generally play 5 days a week. I generally don't play 5 days a week. Thank you. I don't. I play 7 days a week. But if I played 7 rounds and I'm playing the right distances, I'm playing that 63 to 6,500, 62 even, I'm going to break 70 2 or 3 of those times. Didn't today, 85, 90 the other day, but the time before that it was 73. I'm very erratic, tend to be. I'm like the Valid Fair roller coaster, but those stats are they're there for if you want them. You eat them up and do what you want with them.
The Vikings just sent out some Norse Notes.
Oh, did they?
Norse
what do you
Notes.
got for Norse? We could use them because we got about a minute and a half here.
The Vikings, who have won more games against the Lions than any other opponent, are seeking their 81st victory over their divisional foe in the first of 2 matchups. Minnesota is looking for its first win versus Detroit since September 25th of 2022. So it's been 2 years.
Put it this way, the Kitties, we've had their number. Or no, they've had the line.
Vikings are 44-17-1 all-time against the Lions at home, including 5 of the last 6 home contests against Detroit. Entering Week 7, the Vikings defense ranks first in interceptions, first in interceptions per attempt, first in defensive points scored, first in opponent passer rating. They are second in rushing yards per game, yards per rush, takeaways, and quarterback pressures.
Are you, who do you like? Forget point spread. I'm talking about just straight up. Who do you like, Vikings or Kitties this Sunday?
I'm probably playing to the audience a little bit here, but I like the Vikings here. I think the loss of Aiden Hutchinson, to me, should mean the Vikings offense, whether Aaron Jones is in or not, should be able to move the ball. I think, and Justin Jefferson, historically, even though they haven't been winning the last couple of years, seems like he's always performing very well against Detroit, and they're at home. So I think I'm going to say JJ, 150 yards and 2 tutties.
Do I play to the audience or play to my character? Do I start cocking off and say the roar's been restored? I think watch it be a blowout. I just think it's going to be a very close game. I agree with you, the Hutchinson out too much. And when you're fighting fire with fire, it's got me. I'm starting to really buy into the B flow and the guys flying around the field and knowing what to do. I think the Vikings are going to win too. I think they're going to go to 6-0.
We're going to fight fire with fire.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. But I'll be there. I'll look for you.
I'll be there as well.
I'll see you there. Thanks for having me.
Hey, great job.
You as well. We enjoyed our visit with you today. Stick around. Big Ticket JGR next. We'll talk to you Monday at 12 noon, right here on the Fan.
And good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are.
I try to fight fire with fire,
Listen back
to any of Common Man's programs by podcasting on the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.